I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are VIMTV. Today we're going to do a post-rock album from 2010 here recently, Maserati's Pyramid of the Sun. Tom and I love post-rock. Tom got me way into post-rock, something that I've been really thankful to be exposed to because it's a really cool style of music. And I know a lot of people out there like post-rock. Now, if you're not familiar with post-rock, it's no vocals, and it's usually guitar-oriented, progressive rock. Really, that's what it is, and that's post-rock. Now, this album has a lot of 80s vibe to it.
Yeah, very electronic, closer to like what you get from God as an Astronaut, but not quite as noisy, a lot more clean cut.
Right. A lot more synths.
Yeah, or like from Monument to Masses.
Yes. Yes. But also, I would even say that Pyramid of the Sun has a lot of very progressive, even more so than most other post-rock outfits, and that's something that I kind of liked about this sound. The songwriting is very good. I think that the arrangement of the songs on the album is quite good, and the fact that they kind of gave them some pretty epic song titles. I mean, song titles mean a lot more on a post-rock album because it's literally the only text or words of the English language or whatever language that you get. It'd be cool to see some foreign language post-rock.
You get that a little bit with kind of some Secret stuff, but there are some vocals there too. So
true. One thing that I really liked about this album is some of the guitar work and guitar production. I thought was excellent. And they do these really cool fluttering guitar parts that build and build and build.
Lots of delay.
Yes.
That kind of makes this kind of bounce, this kind of gallop almost.
Yeah, and it's quite hooky, and that's something that really I think post-rock needs. Makes the songs catchy, because I mean, when you take vocals out, you have less of a medium to grab onto the music and to connect with the music. So post-rock has to connect on an intellectual, analyzing the different parts, and then on an emotional level too. All the weight's being put on those two kind of forays of the music, and that's something that I would argue that this album kind of struggles with at times. Does a really good job on the instrumental side, but to me, it feels like the intensity and dynamics isn't quite there to give me the emotional appeal forced upon me to make me just crave it, love it, like I did with Red Sparrows, like I did with Saxon Shore or Explosions in the Sky. Yeah,
after a while, it gets a little sterile.
Yeah,
things sound so fake and so overproduced and clean cut that you don't feel like there's a lot of humanity behind it, and that becomes a problem because with post-rock, I think the main thing, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, is the emotional connection. And it's hard to connect to something emotionally that just feels like it doesn't have too much soul behind it. Still, this is fun to listen to. I mean, like track 5, Ruins, is kind of a cool little switch on the sound. Yes, and it's noisy, kind of dirty like that. And I'm thinking, why didn't they take this and apply it to some of the other tracks? It would have switched it up a lot more, whereas instead of doing that, things just kind of start to sound the same.
One thing that I noticed in the sound that they're doing, and that's I've never really heard before in any music, is that they're setting it up kind of almost like dance music is set up. And I'm not saying it sounds like dance music, but my point is that how they're writing and constructing the track, they have the bass and the drums doing the same thing throughout the whole album, throughout the whole song, so where it just provides this foundation and then the guitars are working on top of it. That's very similar to what dance music does.
I was going to say, yeah, like you get from techno.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or something with the different synth stuff on top.
Right, and then, and the synths are just kind of in there acting as another melodic instrument, doing like background stuff, not driving the sound. The actual foundation of the sound in the songs is the bass and the percussion, which I think is a really cool take on it. It's something that is fresh and a good idea that I hadn't heard before. So kudos to them for finding a new way to kind of present a song, because that's tough to do in 2010.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like this is a good album. But it doesn't, as far as post-rock goes, doesn't really knock it out of the park. Like I said, I can't connect with it on that deep emotional level that I need to really love the album.
It just doesn't quite do enough.
Right. And for that matter, I'm going to go 69.
I'm also going to go 69.
Avoiding any dirty, tactless jokes here, I think that we're going to call it quits. So what do you guys think of Pyramid of the Sun by Maserati? It's gotten some good reviews. I think we're giving it a little bit lower than what it's averaging right now.
And it's good.
Yeah.
But it's just not quite,
Yeah, it's
not
just,
quite enough.
I mean, we listen to a lot of post-rock, been exposed to a lot of post-rock. There's better post-rock acts out there. And these guys are played on the Weather Channel, if that gives you any inclination as to how sterile their sound actually is. But tell us what you think at www.velocitiesandmusic.com or youtube.com/velocitiesandmusic. Really want to know people's opinions on this because post-rock is a way cool genre. Thanks for watching. I'm Jake.
I'm Tom.
And we are BIMTV, moving music critique forward.